All right. And that's the other wonderful thing, you guys, about blocks. You can sit on them if your knees are bothering you, which some days mine are, and it lowers your knees down so that it's not so stressful on your knees. And of course, a trusty yoga blanket always comes in handy. All right, sitting up tall, leaving everything outside that door, whatever it may be for you. And breathing in and exhale out. Just like on Monday, we practice box breathing. Imagine yourself drawing a box as you inhale, hold, exhale, hold, continuing that box. And as you can hold as long or short as you want. Maybe it's a 6 count, maybe it's a 4 count. Noticing your breath as you inhale, hold, exhale, hold. And as you're centering, I invite you to bring to mind your intention. What is your intention? Is it a prayer? Maybe it's a goal you're working towards. Something that you'd like to manifest. Whatever it may be, bring it into your mind and take it to your heart as we practice today. Always reminding ourselves that yoga is a practice. And allow no judgment, no expectations, and no comparison, especially with yourself. That's the beauty of yoga. Giving ourselves permission to practice. It's not about being perfect. Gently opening your eyes if they're closed, and let's breathe together, taking our hands out to the side. Inhale up, palms come together as we exhale to our hearts. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up, gathering up your intention, maybe even saying it out loud or visualizing it as you take it to your heart. One more time with an inhale up. And as you exhale, let's go ahead and twist to the left this time. Right hand on our left knee, left hand's kickstanding us up. Just barely twist here. Then reach up to center, going the opposite direction. Come back up again, twisting to the left. Reaching up, twisting to the right. Coming back to center. And let's go ahead and roll forward, side, back, and side. Coming back up to our center, and then going the opposite direction, making circles on our sit bones. And then coming back to our center. Let's take our right arm across as we give it a nice hug. Then bending our elbow, patting ourselves on the back as we bring that right elbow to our center. Listen to your shoulders though. If it doesn't feel very good on them, please just don't do it. It's not that big a deal. And then switching sides. Left arm comes across. Bending our left elbow and patting ourselves on the back. And then releasing that elbow. Okay, so here's another new thing. I always take you guys into extended child's pose. So if that is not comfortable to you, and I'm very serious about this, I want you to go onto your back and bring your right foot to the edge, left foot, and let your knees fall to the center. So your choice of that or into the extended child's pose. Finding what works. And remember, sometimes at the beginning, we should have our knees out to the edge, helping our hips. If our hips are tight, they're not going to let our knees be out in the center. So it's not that big a deal to start out with your knees wide. In fact, I please encourage you. Or on your back. Now then, if you're on your back, roll over to whatever side you choose and bring yourself up and around. And we're all going to meet into our tabletop. Hands underneath our shoulders, knees under our hips, making circles with our hips, just going to the left, back, right, and forward. As fast or slow as you want to go. Holding in that belly button. And then switching, going the opposite direction. Then landing back at tabletop. So we're going to bring our left knee to our nose, kick it back, and cross it over our left calf, landing on the edge of our left foot. looking over our right shoulder and taking our hips to the left. And just breathe, breathe, breathe. Your right toes can be tucked under for security, or you can keep them flat. It's up to you. Coming back to center, bringing our left knee down, right knee comes to our nose, kick it back, cross it over your left calf, landing on the edge of your right foot, looking over your left shoulder, taking your hips to the right. Then coming back to center with our right knee next to our left, going into our spinal balance, rooting our right hand down, left hand goes out. Whoops, that's not, left hand goes out. And we're going to take our right foot back. Either keep it on the mat or you can bring it up, whatever you feel like right now. Pull that belly button in and keep your hips square. Don't let them open up to the right. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, bring your hand and knee down. Switching sides. Now our right hand goes out, left foot goes back where we choose. Sometimes it's nice to keep your foot on the mat so you can feel your hips staying squared. And then hand and knee come down. Let's do it again. Left hand goes out, right foot goes back where you choose. Push away from the mat. Don't lean into that right shoulder. Push away. And then switching sides. Right hand out, left foot back. Hand and knee come down, hands go to the top. We're going to shift forward, take our belly buttons down, take our chest down. Hands are underneath our shoulders. Maybe even shake your hips side to side. Now we're going to take a deep breath in. But before we do, I want you to bring your elbows by your side. Pull those shoulders away. Now take a deep breath in. As you exhale, baby lift. Breathe in, breathe out. Hands can come off the mat just for a little bit more of a challenge, but you don't have to. All right, now tightening up your core, we're going to push ourselves back into extended child's pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, curve your back forward again. Take yourself down onto your belly, your chest. Set your foundation for your baby cobra. Then take a deep breath in and exhale, baby cobra. And then shift back to your extended child's pose. Coming up to our tabletop. Hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips. We're going to bring our left knee to our nose, kick it back. Now then take that right hand out. Just a few, we're going to do 5 on each side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale out. Exhale to center. Inhale out. If it gets wobbly, bring that foot down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Hold if you can. And then release it down. Switching sides. Right knee comes to your nose and you're going to kick it back. Find security in that your right hand. And then left hand comes out. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to center. Inhale out. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. 2 more. 1, last one. 2, hold it at the end if you can, and release it down. Hands go to the top, shift back to your extended child's pose. Then curve your back forward, tuck your toes under into your first down dog. Chin to your chest. Looking back at your knees or even your thighs, alternating heels if you feel like it. Now then, your choice to walk to the top of the mat or walk your hands back to your feet, bending our knees, bringing ourselves up and walking to the top of the mat, finding our mountain pose. Releasing our hands down, feet, or let's go ahead and lean back into our heels, dropping our toes, shoulders wide. Really long, elongate that spine as best you can, pull those shoulders down. Finding a focal point and taking a deep breath in, imagining that oxygen swirling around, giving you all these wonderful nutrients. And exhale out. Now then, let's go ahead and reach up with our right hand, keeping our left hand by our side, reaching up, and just a nice side bend. Then our left hand's going to come up with our right hand comes down, and we're going to bend to the left or right. Both hands up. Just keep going as fast or slow as you want to go. Then coming back to center with both hands up, palms come together as we bend our elbows, dropping our thumbs towards our neck, holding those elbows back away from our side view. We can't see it here. Then lift up your hands. Hands come to heart. Hands come to gratitude. Reminding us to ask ourselves, what are you grateful for? Then reach up with an inhale and swan dive forward. And as you do, bend your knees, forward fold, dropping your crown towards the floor. Then reverse swan dive, come up and around, hands to gratitude. Let's do it again. Maybe take your feet out a little wider if you want to experience it just a little bit different. Inhale up, bending our knees. We're going to swan dive forward, dropping our crown towards the floor. Then bend your knees with a reverse swan dive, bringing our hands to gratitude. Inhale up, swan dive forward. Halfway lift. Hands can be on your shins or on your blocks. And then stepping back with our left foot coming down to our left knee into this low lunge. And bringing our hands up with an inhale. Toes can be tucked under if you choose. Then bringing our hands to above our knee, our right knee or whatever knee's out in front, and shift forward. If that doesn't feel right, just stay where you are. Then bringing ourselves back up, reach up, twist to the right. We're going to place our right hand at our lower back, left hand's going to come up. It's going to get wobbly, so tuck those toes under if you want. Bring your hands out again. Place your left hand down to the left of your right foot. Right hand comes up. Then framing your right foot, taking it back. We're going to go into a modified flow, shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale up to baby cobra, cobra, or up dog. And then come back into your extended child's pose. But we're going to come back to tabletop. As we do, we're going to bring our left foot forward and bringing ourselves up. Easy does it. Clasping our hands, placing them above our left knee, setting our foundation, and then shifting our hips forward if we choose. That's may not be available to you, and that's fine. That may not feel right. Then coming back up to center, reach up with an inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Left hand to your lower back, right palm faces the ceiling, and you're going to come up and over. Reach and breathe. Coming back in with our arms out to the side, and then placing our right hand down as we go into a twisted, modified lunge. Then framing our left foot, taking it back behind us and going into a modified flow. Chaturanga, up dog, cobra, baby cobra. And then we're all going to shift back to our down dog. Either walking our hands to our feet or just walk to the top. Once you get there, bend your knees, reverse swan dive, hands to gratitude. Inhale up. Swan dive forward, halfway lift. Framing our feet, we're going to step back with our left foot into a low lunge, into runner's lunge. Holding it here, our knee is up. Now we're going to walk around to the long side of our mat, into a forward fold, grabbing your ankles, your calves, maybe even just below your knees, but letting your crown drop towards the floor. Both hands under our nose to halfway lift, point that right foot or the foot at the top of the mat, walk it around again, step back to your down dog. Left foot comes forward into that runner's lunge. Pushing back in your heel, making sure your left knee stacked over your ankle. Maybe you feel better with your left hand to the inside instead of framing your left foot. See what works for you. Maybe you want to bring this right knee down, and you can. All right, so we're going to go ahead and face the long edge the opposite direction into this, again, wide angle forward fold. Maybe you want to keep your hands on the mat. You can have them on the mat, or again, grab your calves or your ankles, but your crown is going towards the floor. If you have a block, you can hold on to it. Maybe even attempt to take your forehead towards that block. Then pointing our left foot to the top of the mat and step back to down dog. So you can come down on to your right knee, bring that left foot back, then into down dog. And again, it's up to you to walk to the top of the mat or walk your hands to your feet and then walk yourself to the top of the mat. Hands to gratitude. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive. Halfway lift. Bending our knees with the reverse swan dive, come up and around and sit back in your chair. Hands come to heart. Then we're going to twist to the right. Come back to center, twist to the left. Swan dive forward. Bending our knees, reverse swan dive. Hands to gratitude. Hands to your hips if you want, or bring them straight up. We're going to step back to warrior one with our left foot. Back foot's at a 45-degree angle. Right knee stacked over the ankle. Again, you can be here or here. It's up to you. Exhale to your warrior two. Back foot parallel. Right knee stacked over the ankle, going into our warrior dance. So we're going to flip our palm and reverse warrior. Then coming forward into our side angle. Coming back into warrior two, pivoting on our left foot, stepping to the top of the mat. Back to mountain. Stepping back with our right foot into warrior one. And then moving into warrior two. Reverse warrior. And side angle. Back to warrior two, pivoting on our right foot and stepping to the top of the mat. Hands to heart. So this is another thing I thought about. I thought a lot yesterday, you guys. Y'all are in trouble today. I'm throwing all this stuff at you. So one of the things I was thinking about, because I know personally that high lunge was not always easy to do. So what I'm thinking, if it's not easy, if it doesn't come easy for you, is that to practice this, we're going to step back with our left foot to warrior one, hands on our hips. Let me demonstrate real quick. Take a second and watch me. So I've stepped back to my warrior one. My back foot's at a 45. My hips are facing forward. As in warrior two, my hips are facing the edge, the long edge. Okay. So here we are. We're in our beautiful warrior one. And I want to take you to a high lunge. So if you know I'm going to a high lunge, you can always take yourself to warrior one first, and then pivot on the ball of your foot into high lunge, lifting that heel up. And then reach up if you want, or just keep your hands where you want to keep your balance. But remember, as I say in practicing, if you push back in that heel, it's going to stabilize you because it's like a rudder. If you start wiggling, it's going to make you wiggle. But if you push back, all that energy is going back. Okay? So let's all start at the top of our mats. Hands where you choose. And we're going to step back to warrior one with our left foot. Reach up if you choose. Then pivot on your left foot, landing on the ball of your left foot, pushing back in that heel. Here or here, into our high lunge or crescent moon. Now then, we're going to clasp our hands behind our back, either keeping at our lower back or pushing down towards the floor. If you have a strap, which I don't think any of you do, but if you do or did, you could hold on to that strap here rather than clasping your hands. So holding onto a strap. And what would you do? You would just have that strap on your shoulder So come out of that real quick and I'm going to demonstrate. So I'm going to keep my strap either nearby. So if Molly's taking me here and she goes, oh, clasp your hands, I'm like, okay, I really want my strap. So I'm going to grab my strap, hold on to it, and open up my shoulders this way. Instead of trying to clasp my hands, they're not even touching, and I'm miserable. Then take the strap. So another lesson, sorry, I'm through, I'll focus. All right, so we're in this high lunge, opening up our chest. Deep breath in, exhale out. Now reach up with an inhale, exhale to warrior two. Then straightening our front leg, going into triangle. Grabbing that block if you want and placing it to the inside to help you form a stronger triangle. Then looking down at your right foot, coming back into warrior two, and cartwheel around, go into a flow or just stay in down dog. It's your choice. Chaturanga, up dog or cobra. And we all meet in down dog. And we're all going to meet at the top of the mat the way we want to get there. Bend your knees, reverse swan dive. Hands to heart. Inhale up, step back with your right foot to warrior one. Hands where you choose, and we're going to pivot on our right foot into that high lunge. Pushing back in that heel, stabilizing. And then clasping our hands behind our back or grabbing that strap again. If we fall out, we just get back in and we open up our chest. Look up at the ceiling, deep breath in, exhale out. Then releasing your strap, reaching up with an inhale, exhale to warrior two. Straightening our front leg, going into our triangle. Looking down at our left foot, bending our left knee, coming back into warrior two. Cartwheel around, move into a flow, or if you just want to step to the top of your mat while you wait for us. Chaturanga, up dog or cobra, down dog. And your choice of how to get to the top of the mat as you bend your knees with a reverse swan dive. Hands to gratitude. One more flow. Inhale up. Swan dive forward. Halfway lift. Framing our feet. We're all going to step back to warrior one with our left foot at a 45-degree angle. Easy does it as you bring yourself up into warrior one. Reach up with an inhale. Exhale, clasp your hands behind your back. Then inch that right foot over, going into humble warrior. So staying here like we did just a few minutes ago, or hinging forward, dropping your forehead, your crown towards the floor. Hands can come up towards the ceiling or keep them at your lower back. Releasing our hands, we're going to pivot on our left foot, and we're all going to go into a twisted low lunge. So placing our left hand down, right hand comes up, and maybe if you want to go over, you can, or just keep it straight up. It's up to you. Then framing our right foot, let's go ahead and just step to the top of the mat, bending our knees, reverse swan dive, hands to heart. Inhale up, swan dive forward, halfway lift, framing our feet, stepping back with our right foot to that warrior one, bringing ourselves into warrior one. Now then, clasping our hands behind our back, we're using our strap, going into humble warrior. So you can be here, clasping. Maybe you're just wanting to keep it at your lower back, but elbows go to center and you're going to hinge. Maybe this is as far as you want to go, and that's okay. Or maybe it's here, just to kind of get that feeling of where we're going. Then we come back up and we're going to go into twisted lunge. So we're going to place our right hand down and twist to the left. Then framing our left foot, stepping to the top of the mat, bending our knees with a reverse swan dive, hands to gratitude. Releasing your hands down, moving into a balance pose. And if anybody has any questions, concerns, etc., I'm open to listening. But what we're going to do today, as far as our balance pose, is finding something to hold on to. We're going to do figure 4. And it may be in your practice and you feel confident you can do it, which is great. The reason I don't always feel confident because of my knees on this. So what does that look like? We do it, but we just haven't done it in a little while. So let's go ahead and root down, finding a focal point if you need something to hold on to, because what we're going to do is bring our knee up and rest our ankle above our opposite knee. And hands come to heart. So you can stay here, or some people sit back. That's why I like to have something to hold on to. Or you can just stay here or here. So let's go ahead and root down, bringing our right knee up and placing our right ankle above our left knee. And allowing that knee to go back as far as we can. This foot, the right foot, is flexed. And if you only want to just bring one hand up into prayer hands as you hold on, or if you want to bring the other and it gets wobbly and you know you can grab that surface you're holding on to. And maybe you want to go, okay, I'm going to try sitting back. Oh, I'm going to hold on. Then bringing ourselves up, bringing that right knee back up and releasing it down. Shaking it out if you want to. Landing back in our mountain. Rooting down this time in our right foot as we bring our left knee up. You keep your eye on that focal point and you bring your left ankle to your right knee. Hands come to heart if you choose. You can always bring them to your hips. Always, always. Sit back if you choose. That's as far as I'm going today. Then easy does it as we come back up, bringing that left knee out in front and dropping it down and shaking it out. So on that pose, which I doubt I can demonstrate, back in when I was younger I could, but that pose, usually people go all the way down and are holding their hands to their heart, that, and coming back up. But that's not in my practice. All right, let's go back to the top of our mat. I know I've talked a lot this class, but I wanted to share some thoughts of my training this week and things that I hope can help you. Hands come to heart as we inhale, swan dive forward and taking ourselves down to the mat. Again, your choice if you don't want to do extended child's pose, feel free to go onto your back. But most importantly, go within. And what does that mean? I want you to check in with yourself. Notice your breath. And notice any things that you're telling yourself. Especially your ego. Just let it go. It's not worth it. Tell it to shut up and get lost. And then coming up and around, we're all going to meet in our staff pose with our feet out in front. Sitting up tall, finding a focal point, or even closing your eyes like we do in our mountain pose sometimes. And take a deep breath in and exhale out. Aware of your body. Hopefully it's vibrating and feels full of life, full of energy, full of oxygen, prana, life force. Now reach up with an inhale, and as you exhale, forward fold, hands either on your shins, maybe on your thighs, maybe at your ankles, but dropping your forehead towards your knees, relaxing as best you can as you take a deep breath in and exhale out. Then coming back up to center, we're going to bend our knees and bring the bottoms of our feet together into cobbler pose. Elbows are going to go out, chin is going to go towards your toes. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, just hinge. That's all I want you to do is hinge. Going. Once your body gets where it is, maybe hinge a little more, but you do it on an exhale. So I'm going to take a deep breath in. And when I exhale, I'm going to lead with my chin towards my toes. Pulling those shoulders away from my ears. Elbows are out. Then coming back up to center. Straightening our legs. We're going to bring our right foot over. Bringing that left foot in if you can, if both sit bones stay rooted. If not, join me with our legs straight. And let's twist to the right. So the leg that's straight, if yours are straight, yours is straight. It is engaged. It's not just hanging out. And you're looking over your right shoulder, sitting up tall, no slouching. All right, facing forward and going to the other side. Then releasing our legs. Let's go ahead and take ourselves down to the mat, rolling back and forth, side to side, whatever you'd like to do. Maybe it's just laying there holding your knees, or maybe placing your feet on the mat and your knees are bent. Whatever, your choice. Then releasing our feet down to the mat. Let's go into our spinal twist. So our left leg is going to go straight as we bring our right knee to our chest. And our right arm's going to go out to a T as we twist to the left, but look to the right. Back to center, releasing that right leg, allowing it to go straight as we bring our left knee towards our chest. Left arm goes out to a T, twist to the right, look to the left. And then back to center, moving into happy baby pose, or just holding your knees toward your chest, whichever one you want to do. Dropping our feet down to the mat and moving into your Shavasana pose, whatever that may be for you today. Allowing yourself just to melt into your mat. I'll mind the time while you reap the benefits of our practice today. Bring awareness back into your room and back into your body, taking your time, no hurry, and joining me in our easy pose. Taking our hands out to the side and reaching up, palms come together as we place them on our forehead. Honor your intention. To our lips, honor your words. To our hearts, honor your heart and honor your body. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace.
Thanks, Molly.
Thank you,
Thank
Molly.
you, Molly. That was great.
Thanks for being with me. Hey, hopefully y'all can join me on Saturday. I sent y'all the link.
Yeah,
And
I'll be there. I
will
hope.
be
Thank
there.
you.
okay. And next week, I'm planning on Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, the 26th. I know you guys, Amy and Ben are out of town. And what else was I going to say? Something about that. If I have a hiccup on Monday with Raylan's surgery and I can't teach at 4:30, I'll let y'all know. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Have a
Thank
great
you
day.
very much.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thanks for being with me.